one of the most important things also about chaga mushrooms is that it protects your telomeres. Do you know what telomeres are? Telomeres are those strands on the end of your cells, and they actually indicate aging. The longer your telomeres, the less you're aging. The shorter, the closer you are to death. Hello, ageless beauties. Nikki here with Unlet Yourself Go. I am back, and we are still talking about the 12-week year. I am going to accomplish 1 year in 12 weeks. I have read this book, The 12-Week Year. If you have not seen that video, please check it out. It's amazing. I spoke about how I lost the year, and I fully intend to gain it back with the methods in this book. I actually put a link down below where you can get the Audible book for free. 2 free books I think they're offering. Check out the link. Check out the 12-week year. It is a great book, and that is what we're basing this next 12 weeks on. Yesterday, I covered how I'm going to get to my $10,000 a month finances in that 12-week year. And today, I want to talk a little bit about health and beauty, which go together. I explained, and if you didn't see that video, check it out here. I explained how I really let things go for a year, and I have to get some things back in order. And part of my getting things back in order is health and beauty. Now, I started working on just kind of getting my appearance back on track a little bit, and it's starting to come together a little bit. I was going to make an update on day 5. It's not day 5 yet, but that method is working. You can check that video out right here. I think it's here, one of them. And that's great for just apparent, kind of youthfulness or beauty or whatever have you. But what's more important to me actually is to reset my cells. Now, why is that a part of my 12-week year? Why do I care about resetting myself? Because when you are looking, feeling, or going through anything on the outside, it's because your cells are not doing a good thing on the inside. You have issues on the inside, and you have to get to the root of the problem. You can't just keep going. Our society has this thing where it goes right to the symptoms, and they never wonder what is causing the real problem. I know my body better than that. I'm a nutritional coach. I understand that I have to get to the root of the problem. And for that, I will be concentrating on resetting my cells for 12 weeks or so. Now, why so long, and how do I know what I'm doing exactly? Did you know that your body pretty much resets itself in 7 to 10 years? Like, every cell is reset. You pretty much have a new you every 7 to 10 years. But certain parts of your body, they regenerate at different spans of time. And what I need to get together the most is my gut, right? My liver, because that's what detoxifies and keeps my body nice and healthy, and my skin. Those are what I am concentrating on for the next 12 or so weeks. So how long does it take to replace your gut? Well, your gut is one of the fastest regenerating tissues in the body, and that's good news because the gut and the gut health is one of the most important things that you can do for yourself. Make sure that you have a nice strong gut. It's not a leaky gut. It has a nice strong microbiome, and having a nice strong healthy gut will start to do wonders for your health and start to really just kind of get rid of all the issues that are a result of a leaky gut. And then when we talk about that, we're talking about all the biggies. We're talking about all the skin problems, all the blood problems, all the digestive problems, all the diseases, all the viruses, all the cancers. It really all starts in the gut always. So that is number 1. And I am not going to show you the actual recipes today. I'm going to tell you what I'm using to repair these issues. And then on later videos, of course, I will show you one by one which one I have to take. I took them mostly for today. I'm not going to go take them again, but I will show you what I use, what I'm going to be using for the 12 weeks. So for my gut health, what I need to do is, again, it's going to need its fair share of protein, the proper nutrients, obviously, and I'm also going to need an alkalized blood system. The reason I need to be more alkalized, and I don't mean like completely alkalized, obviously, but I do mean that most people walk around with their blood acidic. Especially with the American diet, your blood is probably way too acidic. You're eating all the wrong things. And viruses and issues, they thrive in an acidic environment. And I need to be alkalized as I walk through the day. So I'm taking a pretty harsh approach to that. You can get alkalized just by drinking like maybe alkalized water or having certain fruits and vegetables that help to alkalize you, obviously cutting down on the acid. But I know that I am in a state, I could tell by certain things going on in my gut, my system, my skin. So I'm gonna be pretty aggressive about going on an alkaline protocol, which consists of drinking apple cider vinegar, which has been neutralized with some baking soda. And that will quickly and effectively alkalize my blood, tone down the acids in my gut, help my gut to heal, and then after I eat everything I eat for the day, it will be better absorbed, better received, do its thing way quicker than if I was just putting it on a gut that's really not receiving, not absorbing, not doing all the right things because it's not in the right healthy state. So to alkalize, what I am going to do is take about 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, about a teaspoon or a little bit more of good baking soda, not Arm & Hammer, good baking soda like this Bob's Red Mill. I'm going to put the vinegar first, then the baking soda, let it fizz up a little bit. Before it dies down, use some clean spring water, add a little bit to it, and drink. Actually, I'm gonna do a little surprise for you guys. I'm actually gonna do that one right here on camera. The reason I'm gonna do it right here on camera is because I actually didn't do it for the day. So that's what I'm gonna do. I have my glass, right? And I'm gonna eyeball it because I know the measurements myself. So about 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar with the mother intact. You have to have the good stuff. It needs to be Bragg's. I don't even know which other is the good stuff. This stuff is the good stuff though. So I always buy this one. Here, see, my little glass. It's more like 3 in there, but you really only need 2. And then we have the baking soda. And I'm gonna show you what it does. And again, about a teaspoon, maybe a tiny bit more, because you do want the effects of the baking soda. It's gonna go down and it's going to also neutralize your stomach, like I said, and help to alkalize your stomach and your gut and your blood. So when you put it in, that happens. See? And then I'm just gonna add like a quick tab, like a tablespoon of water. Boop. And drink. Drink it down fast. Voila. That is it. That right there helps my blood to alkalize quite well. It does wonders for clearing up any skin issues, any bacteria, any problems. Anytime I feel really sick, I go to this protocol. I've been doing it for about 10, 15 years, and it has never failed me. Once a day is what I would tell you to do, only because you cannot really measure the levels of alkalinity in your blood and in your system, and you never want your blood to get too alkaline. It has to have that balance, right? I know my body. I have went through this enough to know my body. If I'm going through something super aggressive, I might do it 2 times a day. I don't need that right now. Just want it to be alkalized, and typically I would do it to start the day so that everything I take after that is being absorbed and it's being utilized by my body in a much healthier way. So that is that. The very first time you take it, you might not like it. It's not mega pleasant tasting. I get it to the point where it tastes a little bit, like it's not all super salty. If it's that, you put too much baking soda in it. It's not too acidic. If you did that, you put too much of the apple cider vinegar. It tastes kind of fairish. It's not horrible, but I don't know if it's a taste that you like. However, it does great things for the health. I am way beyond taste when it comes to bringing my health to fruition. So that is wonderful. Another thing that you will see it do, if you take this regularly, and like I said, don't overdo it, don't see issues and say, I want to do this 2-3 times a day. Don't do that, because your body has to have a balance. You cannot be too acidic That's what we're getting rid of, but you also can't be too alkaline. So you want to make sure that you stay balanced. You don't want to overdo it. Do this every single day. Let's say you have like really funky toenails or fingernails or something like that. Do this every single day for, I think about 3 weeks, depending on how bad you are, and you will see those bad boys clear up so quickly. You will see the fungus start to just die on those dark toenails. They'll start getting nice and clear, and you will be astounded by having this happen, and you didn't have to take their antifungals and all this weird medications that starts to screw with your liver and all that crap. A nice natural way to get rid of fungal load and candida. We will talk about candida later. It is a problem that almost everybody has. It's a big issue, and alkalizing your blood is one of the ways to rid of it. Okay, now the second thing I'm going to do for my gut is simply the proteins that I need. And my cells, of course, they need protein. They also need a lot of folate, a lot of iron, so I can reset my hemoglobin and red blood cells a lot. And when your body's getting rid of dirty cells, let me tell you something. When your body starts to get rid of what I call dirty cells, they're gonna start like getting rid of everything nasty in your body. So if you have a whole lot of yucky cells, your cells are gonna start to turn over much faster. So you want two things. You want to regenerate them a lot quicker and a lot cleaner. So you want protein. And for that, what we'll have every single day is bone broth. Bone broth is full of so many nutrients. It's rich in protein. It helps to reset your cells and make them healthy. And every single day, I will have a bone broth lentil soup. Now, for those of us that are on keto, the lentils are very heavy in carbs. That's probably going to be it. That's probably going to be it for your keto load daily. However, the amount of folate inside of lentils are so healthy. They are so powerful. I would never go a day without having lentils in my soup. And one whole cup of cooked lentils has 358 grams of folate. Now you hear people say, oh, you need folate, you need your leafy greens, you need your kale, your spinach, you need your broccoli. Lentils has 358 grams of folate. Compare that to a cup of broccoli, and it's only 78 grams of folate. Compare that to a cup of collard greens, and it's 177 grams folate. So lentils are something that you can really get a nice big portion of folate from, especially if you're anemic. That's extremely important, and it will be important when you're resetting your cells, because your cells needs the protein, it needs the iron, it needs to get new hemoglobin and red blood cells growing and mending, and this is something that you really should not skip. So I make it easy. Instead of boiling my own, most of the time I'll just buy like Amy's organic. Make your life about organic food. You need clean food. Organic lentils. And this one, because it has, I think, a couple little other stuff like carrots or peas or whatever have you. It's mostly lentils. This has 24 grams of carbs with 4 grams of fiber. So by the time, and 1 can. So by the time you have canceled out the fiber with the carbs, the 4, that's your 20 for the day when you're on keto. And then you can go probably to 40, and that's fine too. But when you're doing keto and you want your protein load, really just do the lentils and a few strawberries and berries, and that's it. Don't eat any other carbs. So when you're doing keto, keep that in mind. But I would never skip a day when I'm resetting myself without having a can of lentils. Alternatively, obviously, you may also want to just boil your own bag of lentils. That way you can add your sea salt, add your black pepper, add your seasoning. So that's 100% the way you want it. Amy's is great. It's organic. Do they put sea salt? I don't know. They might use table salt, God forbid, for all I know. So you have that option as well. But when I do the lentils, I am also going to add, very, very important, remember this is a bone broth, I'm going to add my grass-fed bone broth protein. Bone broth is amazing for health, healthy cells, and I wouldn't go without it in resetting my cells. I will put 2 scoops of this along with my can of lentils. This is lunch every single day. And then on top of that, I'm gonna add some really important herbs. Chaga mushroom. I add chaga mushroom because it is a powerhouse. of nutrients and cell resetting elements. One of the things that has my cells stressed and my body out of whack is inflammation. Inflammation when your body's out of whack is always a problem. It's probably the biggest causes of every single disease you go through. And chaga mushroom is very powerful in minimizing my inflammation. It's also a super powerful antioxidant. I love the fact that it neutralizes spike proteins. So, if you're this time with, these new viruses and vaccines going on, and you have a thought or concern about spike proteins, chaga mushrooms does neutralize them. That's a great reason to add it to your food as well. And it's also great for things like high blood pressure, high sugar, and it also is very effective against certain cancer cells. Obviously, it is a great addition to resetting, renewing your cells, and building some nice, new, healthy ones. One of the most important things also about chaga mushrooms is that it protects your telomeres. Do you know what telomeres are? Telomeres are those strands on the end of your cells, and they actually indicate aging. The longer your telomeres, the less you're aging. The shorter, the closer you are to death. Telomeres need to be maintained. They need to stay healthy. They need not to unravel and shorten. And chaga mushrooms protect our telomeres, which will help to preserve our DNA and help in anti-aging. If I were you, I would not skip on the chaga mushroom. So that's also going into my bone broth lentil soup. And finally, black pepper. Black pepper has a host of benefits, but what I like about it most is it helps nutrients to be absorbed into the body and be released into the body evenly so that you're getting the fullest benefit. Okay, so 12-week year cell reset. Number 1, alkalize every single day with baking soda vinegar drink. Cell reset number 2, my bone broth, lentil, very strong in protein and folate and healing energies with my lentils, a cup of lentils, 2 scoops of bone broth, or maybe like about a cup of liquid bone broth, organic. I shouldn't have to keep saying that. And of course, add black pepper and chaga mushroom to get the best benefit you can get. Hello, ageless beauties. Pardon this interruption. I'm gonna break this video up. This is such a long video. It is well over 35 minutes long. I am talking about my 12-week year resetting my cells. Didn't think it would be this long, but it is a wealth of information. I want you to get everything. I don't want you to get exhausted looking at it. So I'm gonna cut it off here, where we started to talk about the importance of alkalizing. That's gonna be part of my 12-week year. And my bone broth lentil soup, that's also gonna be a part of it. And I will continue in a different video. So I urge you to take this information in for the first part of my 12-week year cell reset, and then tune in for when I upload the other half tomorrow. Hopefully it's only 2. Long video. I don't want to have to cut it up in 3, but I definitely want you to get it in a way that it does not exhaust you. Thanks for sticking with me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and bell. Check out the other portion of this video tomorrow. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow.